welcome back to 2 Shots of Rum.
Crumble rumble.
Whoa, that is new and I don't like it.
Let's take a step back.
Sorry, I just got excited, you know.
Wait, where did you?
I don't know. It just like came up in my head.
Yeah, no.
Okay, cool.
No, rumble is okay. The crumble is a little bit much for me.
Crumble, rumble.
Yeah, no.
Why not?
Imagine me calling you crumble rumble.
So down.
No.
Rum, we just finished teaching you how to make a reel. Oh. By the time this episode comes out, your reel will have been out for weeks already. How do you feel?
Honestly, if you guys couldn't tell already by our Instagram, podcast, everything, Rum kind of knows the vibe. I kind of don't, aka I haven't had Instagram since 8th grade probably. Until this point, and Rum used to be an influencer. Follow her at
nothing anymore. It's at 2 Shots of Rum.
No, your old YouTube. What did it used to be called? Just Rachel?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Boring. Anyways, so yeah, I don't really do well with the whole social media thing. So it's been a little bit of a, what's the saying? Uphill battle or something? No, that's wrong.
I don't know.
Learning curve.
Oh, yeah.
That made sense.
Yeah, it did. Yes. You're doing great.
It's been a learning curve. So today, Rum taught me officially, because I feel like here and there, she's like, this is bad, do this. And I'm like, what? So we sat down, she monitored me, and she did tell me how to do it. It was really stressful.
Yeah, Rum was literally sweating the entire time.
I was still sweating. It's hot in here. It's literally hot in here.
Actually, it is hot in here. The air conditioner is literally on 18. It couldn't be any lower.
Yeah.
We'll cool down as
fine.
we have fun with our friends.
What? Yeah.
So Rum did great. She was a wonderful student.
It was really scary. Rum was so nice, guys. She was so encouraging. She's like, it's okay. You messed up one more time. It's okay.
Because I feel bad. I don't want you to feel like you're being bad, because you actually weren't. What I've been saying this whole time is you know how to do it and you can do it. You're just getting in your own way and you start to feel awkward and then you come off awkward.
No, I also just don't do social media.
I'm saying, but saying that in your head,
do you know what I mean?
Is what's making it awkward.
No. I meant I haven't been on the algorithm for years, so I don't know what's the last thing I was on in an update in the Instagram era was Juju on that beat. So I'm saying if that's the last reels and videos I was watching on Instagram,
I know, but
do you know what I mean?
I know, but
that's a part of it, I think.
But you think you know way less than you actually do, when all you have to do is just talk and be yourself, and then
talk.
But literally, when you're getting in your head about it, But she did great.
My point is that I feel like I've through this process I've kind of felt like an old woman, whereas before I felt like, oh, I'm so young with it, and now I'm I don't know these trends. I don't know how reels are supposed to look. I don't know that stuff anymore.
Well, they're also changing all the time still.
So I'm saying I'm not updated. Literally the last thing I knew was Juju on that beat or Mannequin Challenge, where you posted the video and everyone's
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's a part of it, and what you're saying. Whatever, no one cares.
Yeah. Rum! It's not true. My gosh.
Guys.
If they didn't care, they wouldn't be watching.
Rum, stop it.
It's true.
Should we talk about my big news?
What?
We're moving.
Share with the crowd.
It's really awkward.
Crumble.
Oh my God, no.
I'm kidding. I had to do it one more time.
I'm scared. So not going to say too much, because as of this second, it's not 100%, but it's 99.9% if we're going to say percentages. And also not going to give too much crazy stuff. But we are moving after 4 years in the same place, and it's really
They're coming
scary.
out of the basement.
Yeah, it's really scary. Anyone has tips, please let me know. Don't know what to do. Don't know how this works. Don't know anything. And it's very scary. But it's going to be good. So I'm really excited for a new chapter, and I think it's going to be awesome. And I think, that's my big update.
Moving is so scary. Yeah. I dread the day that we have to leave this apartment.
It's just
I can't
scary.
even think about it.
I know. Yeah. Also, I was thinking about it. Ezra and I have been married for almost 4 years. Whoa. And we've lived in the same exact place for 4 like my whole adult life basically has been in this like in that apartment. So it's just crazy now. You know what I mean? It's literally
You're on your own.
Yeah, like the last time I lived somewhere else was before I got married and before I was engaged, you know?
Yeah.
So it's freaky, but it's gonna be good. I'm really excited and it's a good decision, so stay tuned.
We're so proud of her.
She's
gonna go to a new community, make new friends. She's gonna get recognized for her fame.
Whatever.
And for her podcast and for her reels and how great she is.
No, stop. It's so stressful.
So it's so exciting. So crazy.
Are you gonna come visit me?
Yeah. I mean, no, it is literally on my way to school.
Brom, you literally are. What are you saying?
No, obviously I'm gonna come visit you.
Hey,
Are you gonna have like a ratty apartment? I'm not.
No. Have you seen what we lived in the past 4 years? Not ratty at all. Why are you looking at me?
I know,
like
but
that?
now you have to pay for what you're living in.
No, I'll explain later.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, super exciting. We also are here to discuss a little bit of a journey that Rum's been on.
A journey.
Exact, Rum. That last week I spoke about my journey that you didn't share with me, which was the dating process.
Oh. Sounded like you were saying, never mind. That I didn't tell you about a journey that I went
Oh,
through.
no. And this week, I'm going to be interviewing Rum
Hey, guys.
about a journey that she went on, and she spoke a little bit about this in her reel.
Guys, stop. I know you all saw it. I know you're all crying. Wait, give me support, please, so I don't feel awkward.
That she did great on about this thing called insulin resistance that I did not know what it was called, what it was.
I didn't either.
Anything about it. And Rum is here today to spread awareness.
Spread awareness? I'm scared.
You are? What?
No, honestly, I think about it. It's more of I know this is so cliche, but I want people who maybe are in a similar situation as me or was to understand that you're not the only one and that you can fix it, because I was 100% sure. Whatever. Yeah, we'll explain.
Let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
Tell us in general, I guess, about your journey with weight and with, weight fluctuation. Was that something you always struggled with? Was it something that was new? What made you realize, oh, something here is different now?
Not really. I feel like classic teenager, like everyone's self-conscious, everyone like feels awkward when you're younger, but nothing out of the blue. Thank God, like always healthy, normal, classic teenager who was probably self-conscious like everyone else, but nothing.
It wasn't like, oh, I was always struggling with my weight.
No, I was just always self-conscious because like I was a teenage girl, but it was never, thank God, it was never anything like that. I was always normal, never, I don't know, I wasn't like that girl who like always had like issues with it.
Yeah.
I was just always self-conscious. And then as I got older, that's when it started becoming a huge thing for me. And it's not just the weight, it's like the whole situation. The weight's like a small part of it.
But we're starting slow,
yeah.
Going.
No, for sure. I wasn't like dealing with this since I was 5 years old. I wasn't the abnormal, crazy. I mean, I don't think so. I was just self-conscious because I was a teenage girl.
So what started this journey of wanting to check yourself out?
I think the biggest thing for me was I started to feel so out of control of my own body. I think that was the first thing. That, yes, everyone has cravings, everyone likes dessert, everyone fill in the blank, right? There's classic, like, things that is normal for people. And I felt, though, that it wasn't just I like dessert, I like sugar, I like carbs. It was, this is controlling me, and I can't get it out of my head no matter what I do. And I felt just completely out of control no matter how hard I tried.
What does that mean, you were out of control? Like,
out of control, meaning being out of control for me did not mean something extreme that people on the outside necessarily saw. I think that's also why this is such a topic that is important to me, because it's not, everyone sees if someone, God forbid, goes through something physical that's so extreme and crazy, right? Like someone loses 100 pounds, everyone notices that. Someone has diabetes, everyone knows because they have the monitor. Like, that was not my situation, and so that was also why I think it was so hard for me. And thank God it wasn't as bad as other conditions, but at the same time, it was very much in this in between. So when I say out of control, I don't mean like anything extreme here. In general, I'm not, thank God, talking about anything extreme. It was more that I felt like it was taking over my thoughts, and there were things that no matter what I wanted to do, no matter how much I wanted to eat better or do this or not have this because I wasn't actually hungry, I couldn't. And it wasn't a matter of how much I care about it, if that makes sense.
Okay, so before we then continue about what it means to really be out of control and what was happening inside of your brain, what is actual insulin resistance? What does that mean?
Yeah, so I'll explain that for everyone who doesn't know. And again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know everything. I'm not a nutritionist either, but from what I understand, it's basically the insulin in your body. Insulin is a hormone that is secreted in your pancreas, from your pancreas. And it is the hormone that brings all the glucose, all the sugar and carbs and stuff like that, that's broken down into glucose, into storage and to use for energy. Does that make sense? Yes. So insulin resistance means that the insulin in your body that's supposed to be taking the sugar and the glucose and moving it towards energy and not just sitting in your bloodstream is not working. Meaning that the glucose that is put into your body from food, mostly, is not being used for energy and is just sitting in your bloodstream, which if anyone knows anything about biology, that's not good. So basically it means that there's a ton of symptoms from that. Everyone's different. But it means that your blood sugar is way too high, way too often, and it causes crashes and spikes. So it literally is like this, a roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down, whereas opposed to a normal, healthy person, it's supposed to be more steady, up, down, but much smaller. And with those crazy spikes and crashes comes a ton of symptoms. So, for example, very low energy after eating, low energy in general, also like fatigue, like tiredness, a ton of weight gain, mood swings is a big one. What else? Those are like the main, very intense cravings, irritability. There's a lot of them. You guys can look it up. So obviously that wasn't the case for me with everything, and I didn't have every single symptom, but it is something where there's too much glucose in your bloodstream for too long because the insulin stops working.
What? Sorry, I'm trying not to.
It's fine. Cough. You could cough now.
No, it's okay. What? Oh my, so aggressive. You were like,
wasn't down.
Okay, perfect.
So it's where the insulin does not work and does not actually take the glucose from the bloodstream into energy. And so that is a big problem, and it causes a ton of different symptoms. I've read a lot about this now, books and videos and podcasts, because it just really interests me now, that a huge population of the standard American, a huge percentage, that's the word I was looking for. I was thinking achuzim. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
A huge percentage of Americans actually do have this, and in the world, I feel like it was something in the 80%, but I don't remember, and there's different levels of it. So
what did it look like for you?
So for me, I felt extreme cravings for carbs and sugar specifically. It wasn't like a normal, oh, I want dessert, oh, I'm not gonna have, no, it was, if you don't have this cookie right now, and if you don't have 2 more, I will die. Like, I literally would feel like I can't survive if I don't have it.
Actually?
Yes.
And it was a conscious thought of, I don't think I'll survive, or you feel like now, like...
No, it wasn't, oh my God, I'm gonna die. It was this, my body was my body was sending alarm signals and saying, cookie, you need a cookie, you need the cake now, and it will not shut up until you give it to it. Because your body is freaking out. Why? Because the glucose isn't being used in your body correctly for energy, your body doesn't have enough energy during the day. So it's like, hello, I don't have energy, I need more glucose to have energy to function. So it's this vicious cycle.
So it's like self-sabotage.
Yes. Yeah. Not on purpose, obviously.
No, yeah.
Meaning the body doesn't get that, like, hello, you have way too much glucose, whatever.
So interesting.
So that's the basic situation. So that was a huge one, cravings. And it wasn't a normal, thank God, this wasn't a problem for me until recently. So I know what a craving is. I know when it's like, oh, I want the cake and like, I'm going to have some. And oh my God, it's so good. I want more. No, it wasn't that. So for anyone who's like, oh my God, I love dessert now. No, it's like something that.
Like you'll know.
You'll know because it does not leave your brain. It
Yeah.
will not. And it's constant, hours, days. It's not just, oh, I love that cake and now I want it. And okay, now I'm going to go play a game. No,
Yeah.
It doesn't. You're playing the game and that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. The second symptom was that I gained a ton of weight in a very short period of time, which again, if I had changed something, if I had not changed anything in my diet, I wasn't doing anything crazy different. I was living my life how I normally have. And it was something that happened very quickly, which was also concerning to me because I was like, listen, people gain weight as they get older. People fluctuate. That's normal. That's okay. I'm getting older, whatever. I'm not 17 anymore. But it happened really quickly. So that was another sign that I was like, what's going on? I mean, I haven't changed anything that rapidly to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then another symptom was that I was very low energy after every single meal. Again, not just like, oh, I'm tired
Like
after
3 to
dinner.
5 crash.
No,
like, yeah.
no. It's, by the way, that's also connected in the book that I'm reading. But whatever. It was every single meal, no matter what I ate. Not no matter what I ate, because I clearly wasn't eating the way that my body needed to, which I'll talk about. But breakfast, lunch, dinner, afterwards, I'd be groggy. I'd be sleepy. Not just like, oh, I'm tired because like it's 6 p.m. and I had a long day. It's like this tiredness. I would always need a second coffee after lunch. You know what I mean? It wasn't a normal, oh, I woke up at 5 a.m. and now I'm really tired. It was like specifically after meals. And this one I'm not so sure about, but it really is known to be, is mood swings. That, again, when your glucose is high, you're in a good mood. And then the second it kind of goes low, which again, I'm not going to talk about the biology so much, it gets lower. When it's such a big crash, when it goes up and all the way down, you're going to get into a lower mood than when you started. So I'm not 100% sure about that one for me because it's kind of hard to tell with moods, you know, and I definitely didn't realize it at the time, but it could be that was something that was connected. I don't know for sure, but that's a big one that people talk about.
Yeah. So when did you feel like, okay, I need to find a nutritionist or to figure this out? Because I do think what you're describing can be very easily confused with just the day-to-day life.
For sure.
Of, yeah, I have a craving. Oh, I'm tired. It's the afternoon. I'm in a bad mood. Whatever it is, when taken to the extreme that you're talking about, obviously it's not the most extreme possible, but clearly there was something that made you think or realize this needs to be taken care of. And I remember when you were telling me this, it's just interesting because if you were to just tell someone, they'd be like, okay, like you and every other person. Yeah, like it doesn't. So what made it different?
I think it made it different because I knew what I was like 3 years ago, meaning I wasn't always struggling this much with it. And again, people go in fluctuations, and there wasn't anything pointing to a specific reason. I switched my whole diet. I stopped eating this. I got an allergy. I don't know. I'm in an extremely stressful time that isn't normal. I think that's also part of it, and it has to be also, for me, it wasn't just a month of this. Meaning, okay, every once in a while, people get stressed, people don't get enough sleep, their hormones, there's a million things.
Yeah.
For me, it was months, if not years, looking back on it, probably like over a year maybe, of this feeling. So I think that was a big thing for me, that it wasn't just, oh wow, this month I kind of felt, ugh, you know what I mean? And also, so that's the first thing of like time-wise, meaning it wasn't a week, it wasn't a month, it wasn't 2 months, it was at least a year, if not more.
Yeah.
And the second thing was that it felt to the point where it was bothering me every single day and upsetting me every single day. Going to bed, I was thinking about how frustrated I am that I feel so out of control in my own body. So it wasn't once every few weeks when I have too much to eat at a restaurant and okay, or however often, okay, you eat too much at a restaurant, you're fine.
Yeah.
You know, that happens to everyone.
Right.
But it was basically every single day that it was disrupting my day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, the problem is with this, it's not extreme.
Yeah.
Anyone who knew me or saw me, like, there wasn't, oh wow, she must be like
Right. She
having
gained so
high
much weight.
high glucose levels. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's something very subtle, and I think that's also why, in a way, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Because for so long, I was just like, oh, I don't have enough willpower. So
right,
it
I'm
wasn't
not
the case.
disciplined. I
Yeah.
can't, whatever. Yeah, for sure. And so what was it like? What happened once you went to the nutritionist? What was that like?
I decided that I was just too frustrated with how this was affecting me basically every single day. And I was so frustrated that I personally thought I just needed to learn how to get motivation and willpower. I was like, I'm not motivated enough. I'm lazy. Like, you're in school, so it's hard to like bring meals to whatever. Like, I genuinely was like, oh, I'm going to this nutritionist to know how to have motivation. And so I remember
so
this.
crazy that's
It's sad.
that you just thought. No, but why would you know any different? Why would you know? There's no reason for you to know.
Of course, I'm just saying, like, looking back on it, like, it's so sad that I was like I was hating on myself for months for that. Why can't you just have enough motivation? Why can't you have enough willpower? And it's nothing to do with willpower.
Right, I guess. I don't know. To me, it makes sense that that's where your mind would go because, again, it's such normal things. I don't know.
No, it makes sense. I just feel bad for myself.
No, yeah.
I was like so mad at myself and being like, why can't I just figure this out? Everyone else seems to be figuring it out,
right.
you know? But it definitely makes sense why I would think that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I found a nutritionist, and literally that first appointment, I walk in, she's like, hey, what are you here for? I just tell her everything that I'm feeling, everything that's going on, literally every symptom and everything. She looks at me and she's like, this sounds like insulin resistance. Right away. She's like, this is classic insulin resistance. Like, I'm 100% sure this is exactly what it is, whatever.
And you're like, what's that?
And I'm like, what's going, like, what? So confused. I was like, what does this mean? And, you know, I never heard of it. Most people haven't. It's kind of random. And she explained to me all the science about it and all the hormonal stuff and everything. And then she told me, like, this is what you need to do in order to feel better. And I'm like, I don't believe you. I've tried everything. I remember I watched a video about, just add veggies to every meal. I was doing that. I had veggies basically every single meal. I do this and that, more protein, blah, 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 blah. No snacking, yes snacking, all this stuff. And I was like, hey, I've heard everything. Like, you don't have to tell me, you know? And so I really didn't believe her, but in a way I was like, okay, I guess I'm desperate. So she told me a specific way of eating that will be helpful, and that she said, I remember she's like, you're going to feel better in like 2 or 3 days. And I was like, there's just no way. Like, what are you saying? So I went home. I really sat down and started thinking about, you know, what she said and what I wanted to do. And 2 to 3 days later, I started feeling so much more energized. That was the first thing that I noticed.
Crazy.
The energy. Is that after a meal, I wasn't falling asleep. I was, you know, sleepy at 5 p.m. because I was tired and had a long day, but nothing compared to what I used to feel. Like, not groggy, not heavy, none of that. It was crazy. And I remember texting her and I was like, oh my God, like, what's going on? Like, what? And I remember getting so emotional. Literally, I was so emotional because I was like, it felt like the first time in however long that something was actually, it was like so validating. You know what I mean? It was so validating. Like, wait. And I remember she told me also, this is not a willpower issue. It does not matter. Your body is screaming, red alarm, like, get this into your body. You need this, you need this. It doesn't matter how much you try. Motivation, willpower has nothing to do with this. So it was just so validating to hear that. And then after like 2 to 3 days, when I already started changing my diet a little bit, and again, it wasn't even drastic, just small things, and I felt this energy shift basically right away, and I was so freaked out, like, in the best way. It was so freaky. I was like, what? Like,
it is really crazy how quickly your body responds to it.
Because it's blood sugar, so it's in your bloodstream. So the sooner that you switch it, I don't know how long stuff stays in the blood, but whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane, and it got me so emotional. I started reading all about insulin resistance, every podcast you could find, every YouTube thing. I have a book that I'm obsessed with now that I'm reading, like, so many different things, and it's just crazy how much it actually affected me, and I could not believe it, and it gave me hope finally. Like, I felt like I had hope, and for so long I was just like, okay, it's the way I am. Like, I'm gonna have these cravings where they will not leave my head unless I do something about it, and I feel lesser than. I feel like I'm the only one without willpower. Everyone else around me seems to be doing fine and normal in that way. And it was the first time that I was like, wait, I can take control over my body and over my thoughts and over everything.
That is so amazing and awesome that it helped so quickly. And obviously, we're not going to share the specific diet that Tali went on just because we would never want you guys to think that we are suggesting a certain diet without
Also, it's not a diet,
talking to anyone.
Like,
Yeah,
I just want to make that clear too. It's like, oh, just go on a diet and fix everything. No, like, I'm not on a diet. I don't consider myself on a diet. I don't consider myself only eating X, Y, and Z. It's really a fluid, very non-restrictive type of way of eating that I just had to switch, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Has your view towards body image changed since, like, going on this journey?
I mean, yeah, I think that's something that we could have a whole other episode about. I feel like, as also, like, young women. No, I really think it's something that's probably really relevant to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that it's something that, for me, this whole journey, it kind of, something that was so important to me in this journey was, yes, how I looked and how this and whatever. A lot of it was how I felt inside, meaning how I had no energy. The fact that these cravings would not leave my brain and was the focus of my day. Things like that. And so it's kind of interesting to think, like, body image and this and that, when it's like the most important thing for me during that time was how I felt. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so interesting that everyone always talks about how you look and this. And don't get me wrong, that was for sure a part of it. And, like, is always a part of, I think, being a woman is, like, struggling with that and loving yourself and blah, blah, blah. But the number one thing is I told Tricia, it's like, I want to feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel 100%.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Like, that's kind of been a lot of my focus now. Like, for years, I feel like people talked about, like, working out to look good and this and that. And now, like, I feel like the talk in communities and social media is, like, work out to be strong, work out to be healthy, work out to live longer. And so I feel like I try. It's not totally there, but to have more of that approach of, like, I want to treat my body the best and I want to treat myself in the best way, not to look the best. Yes, that's a part of feeling good about yourself, but a big part of it is that I want to feel good. And it was just interesting to see that, like, that was the thing I was coming to nutritious with, was I want to feel good, not like, you know what I mean? It was just eye-opening for me.
Yeah, and I think it's also interesting that people are so focused on, oh, well, how much weight did you lose? And, oh, I'm looking back at pictures from 6 months ago. Do I look any different? Are my clothes big on me now? And I think what you're saying is such an important point of, when you feel good in your body and you are treating your body the way that it's meant to be treated, as this beautiful vessel is constantly working for you and doing so much for you, that when we treat our body the way it deserves to be treated, then the rest of it kind of just comes. And when we look at our bodies in a way of, wow, like, my heart beats every second of every day, and that's amazing, and my body is always working, and, like, I don't know. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure. It definitely also gave me that perspective. I was like, once I kind of started feeling just these small shifts that I felt better in, I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't doing well. Like, you weren't getting the energy that you needed, and you were, like,
body.
Yeah, like, my hormones stopped working because I wasn't treating it well. And again, I'm not blaming myself. It's okay. Like, this is very, very, very common. But I was like, I remember once I started feeling better and things started changing, I was like, oh my God. Like, it was like proof. It was proof that there was something that was wrong. And again, thank God it wasn't extreme and it was reversible. And so I'm so grateful and happy about that. And so it was just crazy. I was like, oh my God. Like, it was proof that my body was like, hi, can you help me? Like, I'm not doing well. Like,
and it's just, like, communicating to you.
Yeah.
And talking to you. And
I wasn't listening. I didn't notice,
Yeah. Well, because also learning that language is so hard. It's a whole nother whatever. But
yeah. So that was really cool to see that and be like, whoa, my body also, like, your body knows what it wants. And, it knows what it wants. It knows, it loves routine. So, like, and so, I don't know, I just feel like I kind of got to know myself more and say, like, oh, my body likes this. It likes 8 hours of sleep. It likes this. 8, like 10. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was.
What does that mean? You got to know yourself more. What does that? How did
meaning,
that
like,
help you?
I think I was always. People say to eat. I just remember a big thing was the vegetables. Like, before this, everyone's like,
so
add
random.
vegetables. I don't know why. Like, it was just stuck in my ingrained. I guess also, like, the classic plate, like half your plate vegetables, a fourth protein, a fourth carb. Like, And again, I'm not saying that's wrong or bad, but for me, like, that was a big thing. I was always like, vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. And like, yes, vegetables are great and they're healthy and they have a lot of vitamins and minerals that are great for you. That was not what my body was saying to me. Yeah. And it wasn't saying I need more vegetables. It was saying, please help me. My hormones aren't working properly and I have too much glucose in my bloodstream and I can't work properly. So that's what I mean of like, now I know, listening to it. And now it's also interesting that I'm so aware of how I feel after eating certain things. And and before, when I had my meals, breakfast, afterwards feeling so tired, lunch feeling so tired, I was like, okay, I'm tired, whatever. Now, if there's like a meal that I have that kind of is how I used to eat, like fully like that, I notice right away. I'm like, oh, okay, and it happens. It's okay. We're human, and I'm like, oh, okay. I know what happened.
Right, I know what's happening.
I overloaded my body, and now it's really tired because it's not getting the right energy. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And before I was like, oh, I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah, and I think also this is what's so hard about on social media, the posts and people talking about, oh, what I eat in a day. This is how much fiber you need, how much protein you need, and I think it's really hard because everyone's metabolism and everyone's body works so differently and needs such different things that you could have been eating all the protein in the world and it wouldn't have helped you because that's not what you needed. And yes, vegetables are great for you, but not for you with what you needed at that time. And so I think that's also specifically why, like, I didn't want to share what you were eating now because I don't want people to think,
it's not relevant,
this is what Tali's eating. Okay, well, maybe I'm having similar symptoms and let me try this when, like, everyone's body is so different. Everyone's digestion, metabolism is so different. Me, you, and our mom talk about that all the time, how I'm hungry all the time and, like, Tali...
I'm in the middle.
Tali's in the middle. My mom will be like, yeah, I had like peanut butter at like 5 a.m. and it's like 12. She's like, I think I like might be getting hungry. And I'm
Her
like,
metabolism is just slower.
No, and I'm like, I had 3 eggs 2 hours ago with bread and avocado and cottage cheese and cheese and a coffee and I'm starving. Like, and it's just, everyone's body is so different and that's okay. And it's just so interesting actually getting to hear that and see that and then watch that come into reality. Yeah.
No, I think also it's so true, and that's what's also hard about all these things. I remember just not even looking back on it now, of course, is looking back and saying, oh, I see these videos of these girls having whatever for breakfast and this for lunch and then no dessert after whatever, like all these things. And I would be like, okay, I could do this, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try having a salad for breakfast, whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's not what my body needed, and it's not relevant, and it doesn't matter. Also, genetics is a huge role, like all these different things, and it's like so chaval that like all these people, I'm sure I'm not the only one that are feeling bad about themselves because of how someone else is eating and this stuff. And I really, really don't like those exactly for that reason. Everyone's different. It's basically saying if you eat like me, you're gonna look like me. No, there's so many other factors. I think it's also a lesson for me and hopefully for other people. Listen to your body. Yeah. Listen to it. Not just with food, with everything, but specifically, I think, we're talking about this specific subject, but if you're at an exercise and, your back's hurting, like, stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you eat dairy and, like, every time you kind of realize that you're nauseous, maybe don't eat dairy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, your body knows what it wants. It's not playing around. It's not joking.
Yeah. It also knows what it's doing. Our bodies are not dumb. They know what they're doing. They're literally able to work every single day without anyone telling it to, without anyone giving it a rule book. It just does what it needs to do. And I think what's so hard is it's not like there's another person standing here saying, oh, hey, your stomach's hurting. That's because of the cheese you ate earlier. And that, like, it's really, really hard. And it could take weeks, months, years to know what your body wants. And that's okay as long as you end up listening to it. But I do think it's important to emphasize it's so hard. And it's really, really hard to listen to your body and to understand what it wants from you and what it's saying. I remember saying all the time, whenever my stomach would hurt, like, I wish it could talk and just tell me, what was it? Yeah. Like, what's bothering you? Just tell me, because I don't know. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just hard.
For sure. And that's a good point, because I want to be, just listen to your body and then you'll lose weight and feel energy. Yeah. No, that is something I hate when I see, like, also YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and it's like, want to have morning glowing skin, eat an orange before bed. It's like, no, like, that might be great, but you're not going to wake up with suddenly dewy, perfect, glowy skin. Like, I hate that stuff. So it's the same thing. And also, like, it's not easy to listen to your body. It's 100% not. And so I think it's, at least for me, like I'm telling myself, be kind to yourself. I was literally beating myself up every single day. I don't have enough willpower. I don't have enough motivation. I'm not motivated enough. I'm lazy. I'm this. It's like, no, like, that's not what was going on. My body was out of whack, and there were hormones not working, and the glucose, and this, and my bloodstream. It's like, and so just be nice to yourself, because, I don't know, I feel bad.
Yeah, and we're so proud of you, and good for you that you didn't stop until you figured out what was happening, what was going on, and that you actually stuck and are sticking to what works for you, how to take care of your body. And it's really hard to do. Yeah. So we're so proud of you. Thank you for, like, talking about this. I know it's, like, vulnerable.
Duh. No, I also want to say, too, is, like, I don't want people to think now that, oh, like, just figure it out and listen to your body, then you'll be fine. It's still a struggle to this day. It's still a journey, you know? Nothing's ever done set in stone. There are days where if I'm eating a certain way, afterwards I'm like, oh, I just don't feel good. And that's okay. That happens. Or I do this and it doesn't work for me, and I don't realize I'm a human being, and some days are good, some days aren't. That's okay. And that's normal. Like, I don't, you know, it's, oh, you figure it out and everything's perfect. No, like, it's not. And we're human, and there are days where I don't feel good, and I don't feel energized, and I feel this, and that's okay too, you know? So obviously I just want anyone anything, struggling with body image or food or the social media side of seeing and comparing yourself, like, please know it's nothing to do with you. Everyone's different, and you can listen to yourself and listen to your body in the way that works for you, and that's all that matters. And
beautiful. Love it.
Thanks,
I am dying to see the advice questions.
Oh.
So I do think we need to get into that. We can definitely do more than 3 today. I don't really know what you have in store for us.
Don't worry.
I'm not looking. Don't worry. I'm just opening the iPad.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello. What?
It just went upside down.
But, like, not fully upside down.
Yeah, it just went half. Oh, my show. I want to keep watching.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I do apologize for all of my nose clearing and throat clearing today.
She's a little bit under the weather.
I mean, I guess. I just think it's weird when people say that.
That's why I said it. Why do you think I said she's under the weather?
Under the weather. I'm fine.
It's not my cup of tea. It's like same vibe, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not my taste.
Okay, so these we haven't filmed in a while, so these are from a while ago, I think at least a month ago. So
hopefully you guys remember what you asked.
Yes.
And don't forget, the advice link is in our highlights under advice link. Click it, ask us questions.
Please.
And we will get to them eventually.
Yes, and I see also that people, like, randomly send in, like, throughout the week and stuff. Like, we're going to get to it eventually. We're not ignoring you.
Yeah.
Okay. How can I be a better wife to my husband?
We answered this already.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Next.
Never mind. What's Rachel's height?
Okay, invasive.
Also, why does it matter?
Why not Tali's height, huh?
Maybe because it's obvious how tall I am.
Well, I only know in feet. I'm 5'1". I did get tested for growth hormone. They thought I was going to be 4'11", and that was the worst 3 hours of my life. It was on Chol Hamoed, by the way, on Sukkot.
What? How do you remember that?
Because I remember it was like a 4-hour test, and obviously Mom was like, I don't want you to miss school, so like Sukkot was the perfect time to make this appointment.
Also, what? Mom is so not like that. She hates school. She doesn't care.
No, because not back then. When we were younger, she cared.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Don't remember
When
that.
me and you were younger, I was in 4th grade at the time, I think. Of course she cared.
Don't remember that.
Rumble! She literally cared. And
it was probably because you were, like, annoying. So
also, I remember because I wanted Abigail to come, and she was in Israel for Sukkot. Yeah.
So weird. Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it?
I had an allergic reaction to one of the medicines.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. It's coming back to me.
And then the next and I remember I had an allergic reaction, and then I had to pee, and they were like, wait, like, we want to just, like, monitor you. And I was like, no, like, I have to pee. Get me off this IV.
You couldn't eat also or something?
That I don't remember.
Okay. I remember you were like
remember.
groggy and weird.
Well, because then the next medicine, because basically, I don't know exactly how it works, but they just like put a bunch of like medicine in you and see how your body reacts to like measure your levels of growth hormone. And one of them gave me an allergic reaction. And then the next one, it makes your blood pressure really low. So then you just like sleep the whole time.
Okay, yeah.
But when Zachary got it, he like was throwing up and like.
Okay, so maybe that's
so
what
everyone
I was
has different
thinking of.
reactions.
Got it.
I had an allergic one.
Classic.
But turns out I didn't even need growth hormone.
Yeah, so that whole thing was for nothing.
I am loud and proud 5'1". I actually love my height. I always loved being so short.
I've like never thought about like.
I just always loved it because I remember being around girls who were taller and them being so worried about a guy who's taller than them or stuff being too short on them. No, but it's an insecurity. Obviously, like logically, it doesn't matter, but you're insecure about it. And I just remembered always being so grateful not having to worry about that.
So funny. I don't think I've ever thought about my height. Ever. Like, ever.
I don't know why. I always because people were always commenting on how short I was. I was always very clearly short. You weren't short.
I'm 5'3", if anyone wants. Actually, no, I'm not answering that because you said Rachel's height. No, I'm kidding.
I'm saying I was always the shortest friend. Right. I was also very, like,
you also low-key have really tall friends.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying particularly your friends from elementary school and stuff were tall. Like, my friends weren't.
Yes, they were.
Only 2.
Whatever. I'm saying I was just always very short. Yeah. So it was always very
so you're
prominent.
happy, you're proud, and you're doing well. Can you talk about dating? Tell us what you want to know. Tell us what you want us to talk about.
Well,
we'd love to.
Good news for you. I just posted an entire episode on dating, so go to last week's episode.
And if it doesn't answer your questions,
be more specific so that we can know what to answer.
Love you. Yeah. No. Okay.
What? Rum!
Okay, this one's good. In your Shomer episode, you discussed about discussing Shomer being hard with your mom. I'm close with my mom, but don't talk about that kind of stuff. Anything specific you think she did growing up to make you feel so comfortable being so open with her about that kind of stuff?
Wait, such a sweet question.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Whoever you are, I love you.
Yeah,
already.
You're perfect.
Such a deep question to also...
Yeah, number one, that you're like really watching our episode and like listening and
paying attention.
Yeah. Number 2, it's a good question. I think from at least my experience, I was never worried. You guys are really getting all the sound effects of living next to a really busy street. Oh my God, literally. No, this is really what it's like to be in the room with us. This is what we're hearing.
Welcome.
So you guys need to hear it too.
We don't care. Okay?
Yeah,
if there's
it's just part of the experience.
God. Never mind.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. You want to answer first?
No, I was in the middle. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, I think I never felt like I was going to get in trouble for saying something. I never felt like mom's going to kill me or mom's going to get me in trouble. It always felt very open. And I think also from a young age, mom would share her experiences about things. I still remember her talking about 9th grade when she had to go on the bus and then she had to go to the bathroom really bad and her stomach was hurting the whole time. Like, I remember that. And so I think her sharing that, it kind of made her seem a little more human. You know what I mean? As a kid. Because as a kid, your parents are your parents. And then when she would be like, yeah, like my stomach also used to hurt as a kid. You'd be like, oh my gosh, really? That little bit that she did share, I do think it made me also want to open up because it made... It like brought us to the same level, if that makes sense.
That's so interesting because I don't feel like that was for me what it was.
Meaning, I don't think it was the only thing. I'm just, it's coming up in my head now that I think that was part of it.
No, I'm saying, because first of all, I think I just want people to know too that there is a difference between that and parents crossing boundaries and inappropriately like sharing and like leaning on their children and relying on them for emotional. No, that's not what we're talking about here, by the way, at all. Thank God. Like, so I do think there is a distinction there, but
no. What would happen is I remember so clearly. I was like in the bathroom with my stomach killing, and I was like, because there's nothing to do when your stomach hurts.
Scary.
You just have to sit and wait, and like you're a kid and you don't know what's going on. And she would sit with me, and she would like tell me the story to like make me feel better.
Yeah.
Not that she would like come crying to me about her ninth grade in high school.
Yeah. There's a difference.
Or I remember also in high school, in ninth grade, and I said how horrible, like I was having such a terrible time, and she would give me advice and we would talk, and within the conversation, she would also mention my ninth grade was also hard. Yeah, I understand, but that's not...
Yeah.
It was healthy.
Yeah, it was really normal.
She was relating to me, not in an annoying way where she wasn't listening and leaning on me.
She wasn't dumping her problems. It was So for me, I think it was also two things. Number one, what you said about the knowing that no matter what I said, she wouldn't kill me. Like, people are like, my mom's going to kill me. I never thought that. We had punishments. We had consequences, don't get me wrong. And we were held responsible when things were, I don't know, we did something wrong. But it wasn't, oh my God, my mom's going to kill me.
I never had that thought.
I never had that thought. And then the second thing was that always, literally always, I'd say 90% of the time, whenever I came to my mom about any problem, good, bad, anything, I was met with a warm, listening ear. That she wasn't hearing, she was listening. And I knew that she really cared about me and really was there for me in a way that I felt so secure and safe. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Feeling, at least for me, feeling safe in that I could say whatever I want and she's not going to get offended. She's not going to get mad at me. She's not going to tell me that my opinion's stupid. Yeah. She's not going to tell me that I'm thinking wrong. Meaning, again, I had constructive criticism and I was, we got punished and consequences growing up. But it was, I knew that this was a safe space. I knew she wasn't telling anyone unless, whatever. I knew I could trust her. And I think I just knew that she really cared and genuinely wanted to hear what I had to say.
I really remember when one of us would be like having a bad day or whatever, and then we'd be in our room, and then she'd like come in and like sit on our bed
and be like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah, she'd be like, "What's going on?" And then like you just like start crying, and it's like there's that. Oh, she went out of her way and came upstairs to ask me what was going on, and it's like. Because obviously when you're, like, pushing someone away, obviously you're not actually. Yeah. So, like,
obviously I go to my room, lock the door. It's
and then you wait for her to come. Yeah, obviously.
Duh. Also with Dad. I remember that with Dad.
Oh, my God. Ugh, stop. I'll never forget. So sorry. And I still talk about this because it was just the cutest thing ever. Literally, I was engaged and I had pneumonia. And we were in Israel. I was so sick. The sickest I've ever been, and Be'ezrat Hashem will ever be. And I was laying in my bed, actually dying. Mom and Dad are standing in the door. And if you guys want to know about my parents, this is the story. Mom goes, I looked up a lot of different recipes, and I found a really special ginger, apple, orange tea to help you. I'm going to make it and I'll bring it to your bed. Okay. And then my dad goes, do you want me to help you download movies and shows so you can watch? And I was literally like, I couldn't appreciate it in the moment because I was dying, but I remember texting you and I was like, Mom and Dad just did the most mom and dad thing ever. And so it's like stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. That reminded me of that story, and that's just my favorite story.
Yeah, for sure. I also will say that growing up, I didn't tell my mom everything when I was in 8th grade.
For sure.
Like, it definitely came later in life. So I don't know how old this person is, but if you're in 7th grade and not wanting to tell your mom, like, your crush, that's not the craziest thing.
No, there's always a phase where you, like, don't want to talk to your mom. And I think we both went through that, and that's very normal. I would say probably around, at least for me, high school time, I started, probably end of...
By 12th grade, I was different, but
I would say probably around end of 10th grade, maybe even like Corona, because we were all stuck in the house.
Maybe that.
I started opening back up.
Yeah. But that's definitely normal if you feel like you're in a phase, and if you feel like your mom is not actually there for you in the way that you need, like factually, and you're older and whatever, like there's, thank God, and this is hard, but there's so many people that probably would be there for you in the way that you need. So I'm sorry that that's the case, and I hope maybe you can try also, like, test the waters out a little bit with something small.
Yeah, something like that's not so vulnerable. Yeah. And then be like,
a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Or like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We did talk about this a little bit in the episodes by ourselves, but someone asked this. How did you meet your husbands and dating them in general? How did you know that they were the one? How did you know when it was the right time to start dating and when it was right to get married? I'll just say this quickly. I met Ezra at Mosheva. Ram met Gilad through Ezra's brother. Yeah.
And I spoke about this in last week's episode, but I didn't really know it was the right time to date. It kind of just fell in my lap, and people started asking me out or setting me up, and before I knew it, I was dating. And yeah, so I wouldn't say it kind of just happened. And I think, like, with knowing he's the one, I don't know. I think I just felt so comfortable so quickly that I knew it felt different. And there was never a doubt in my mind, like, obviously, we're meant to be together. Yeah. Not to be like, when you know, but, like, literally.
No, so everyone has different experiences. Like, everyone's different. But, yeah, for me, the dating thing, I was very anti-dating at the time that I started dating Ezra. I was very not down. I'm not ready for this. And then it kind of also happened with Ezra. But I think it's that same thing of really thinking the emotional side of it. I don't think it's rational. Meaning, I think there's people who are 18 that are ready to date and ready to get married. I think there's people who are 25 that aren't. Yeah. So I don't think it's necessarily a rational thing. And again, for me,
every person is so different also and has different backgrounds and traumas, and you have no idea what
dynamic attachments, like everything is. So I don't think there's a rational thing. And again, I was in SEM. I was like, I don't want to start dating in SEM. The whole thing is focusing on yourself, whatever. It rationally didn't make sense. And so I do think it's a very emotional thing. Think about your own feelings and think about how you feel emotionally. I think that's the only real way to tell. And it's also okay. I think sometimes people also go a little bit too crazy about that. Am I ready to date? Am I not?
Right. It's like you're thinking about it too much. Just go.
Yeah, I think you need to have some thought about it because you don't want to be irresponsible or like whatever. But I think it's like, think about the emotional side of it. Think how you emotionally feel. So you can also...
And I think also what is so important is if an opportunity is coming to you, why, obviously... every situation is different. I'm saying big adult and just based on my own experience. Why shut that down, right? If someone's coming to you and saying, oh, I have this guy, do you want to go out with him? And then your response is, what if I'm not ready? That to me is like, okay, just go out. Worst comes to worst. It's not a great date and it doesn't work out and you'll be fine and he'll be fine. And once you're thinking like, am I ready? Like, no one's ready. No one's ready to date. No one's ready to get married. No one's ready to have kids. Like, it just happens and you do it and it's great or it's not. And then you figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think people think about it too much.
I think you need and I think there are people that don't think about it at all and then end up hurting people and stuff like that.
Of course.
So I think you need some thought, but I think a lot of people, and I don't blame anyone, think and freak themselves out too much where it's like, okay, think about it a little bit. Think about, the responsible thing to do is to think about it and then
just go and you'll be fine and everyone's fine.
Yeah. And in terms of knowing about getting married, it's not rational. It's not a rational thing. Yeah. I was literally 14. I'm kidding. It wasn't. But I was 19. Like, it didn't make sense. But I felt emotionally ready. I felt like the thing I always say is that it didn't feel natural that we weren't married.
Yeah.
It felt very unnatural. It didn't make sense. It felt weird.
Yeah.
So that to me was kind of a sign like, oh, okay. Because I felt this is weird that we're not.
I remember also something that really was a signal to me is like, I am the biggest homebody you'll ever meet, ever. And I was so sure that Gilad was the one, obviously much before we got engaged, but when we were engaged and it started to be hard to live at home. And I was like, whoa, like, this never happened to me before. Like, I'm the girl who's obsessed with my home. And once it started to get harder for me to live in the place that I always loved. I'm like, wow, like, I'm not meant to be here anymore. I'm meant to go with Gilad and to be with my husband. And that was just I never ever thought I would feel that way because, like, you're so adventurous, you're always whatever. And I'm so not. I'm obsessed with my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that makes sense, but just that moment where I was like, oh, it's like, you're like what you were saying, does it feel natural that I'm living here? I just found that really interesting because I never ever thought I would feel that way ever.
So for me, if I was feeling that, I'd be like, okay, normal. Like,
you were feeling that way in high school.
Yeah, like, I'm always like, hey, where am I going next? Why am I in the house? I need to leave. So for me, I'd be like, okay, but for you, it's like really.
It was huge. I never went to sleepaway camp growing up. I went with my mom everywhere. I still do. Yeah. I'm obsessed with my family. I never want to leave my house. And then all of a sudden, wanting to leave my house, it was very weird.
For sure. So please, guys, send in more.
Keep sending. We love answering, and we love the tangents that it brings us on.
Yeah, literally.
We just get into great conversations. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks for listening to me.
Yeah, Rumble. We love ya.
Thanks, Red.
Guys, tell Rum that she's beautiful and amazing and her reel was perfect and awesome and she's the best and we love her. Bye, guys.
Bye.